Haven't stood up here in a while. You see my secret lecture in the background. Okay, let's talk about the coronavirus. Vinny, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning on a Friday. You're making a video, you don't work tomorrow? We'll get into that. I personally believe, and there are others that are with me, that the coronavirus was created in a lab in China as like a form of germ warfare. Now, the Chinese Communist government is responsible for more deaths than Hitler. You know, the Mao Zedong, okay, all that bullshit, okay? You see Chinese athletes, right? Gymnastics, weightlifting, blah, blah, blah. Chinese athletes are not in school. In America, athletes under 16 are in school. And then you go on to college and stuff, okay? In China, the athletes do only their sport for the glory of the motherland. Then once the glory of the motherland is over, they go work in a factory. And when you think, well, working in a factory is cool, union benefits, nope. Yeah, so Chinese people, their star athletes are kicked to the curb once they peak and reach past the potential. No education, they get whatever job they can get. Sweatshops in China. You've heard a lot about them. Sweatshops, they make less than $1 a day. Sweatshops, they live in the factory's dormitory and pay rent and pay for soap and pay for water. You've seen the Hong Kong protests, okay? Chinese doctors that were warning about the coronavirus were rounded up, okay? China has, we talk about Islamophobia. China has internment camps similar to the FDR internment camps of the Japanese Americans in our country, which is wrong, by the way. China has internment camps for Muslims so they can reprogram them, okay? So it is not the least bit surprising, to me at least, that China would make this up. I also found out that China is responsible for like 96% of our antibiotics. Seriously. And China has been threatening that if they withhold our antibiotics, we can die. Okay? So this may very well be an act of germ warfare terrorism. Now, in America, 37 people have died from the coronavirus. Since, I think, November, I heard? Well, since its inception. How many people have died from the flu? About 80,000. Now, I had the flu in New Year's Day 2004. I had the flu. I was home for 8 days. No doctor, no medication, just let it go. I shit my brains out twice. I shit my pants twice. One time I was sitting on the bowl and I shit myself silly. And on top of that, I puked. Okay? All over the floor, all over the sink, all over the toilet. Yeah. Okay? That flu is worse than coronavirus. And I survived it. Most guys that die from coronavirus are over 80 and or have a health problem. Asthma, emphysema, okay, bronchitis, okay, they have some bronchial disorder. There's usually a heart condition, there's usually some disorder within them, and the coronavirus exacerbates it. Now, the panic is 1,000,000,000 times worse than the virus. Okay? We've seen H1N1, we've seen this flu, that virus, that, okay, Ebola, okay? I've seen so many viruses and diseases in my lifetime, it's not even funny. Okay, when I was born during the AIDS epidemic. When I was a baby out in San Francisco, they had bathhouses where gay dudes used to fucking go hang out and cornhole each other. Okay, that was a problem. This is a drop in the bucket compared to most other viruses I've seen. When I was a kid, we used to eat off the floor. When I used to drink water, the water fountain in school, the water had lead in it. Um, a lot of the shops in my high school, the carpentry shop that I worked in, for instance, the shops in high school had ceilings coated in asbestos. When I used to work in the supermarket, we didn't handle raw food. We handled like cardboard boxes, plastic bags, and shit. We used to use box cutters. Those box cutters were handled by our dirty hands. Those box cutters went on the floor. Okay? We're doing something with a box cutter. When your hands free, box cutter in the mouth. Okay? There are a million different diseases. Okay? I mean, people step on nails in the summertime. Okay? There are a million viruses that can kill you in this world. Coronavirus is a drop in the bucket. Now, if you live in other countries, different story. In Italy, they shut the entire country down, literally. Right now in Italy, for the next couple of weeks, the only people allowed out of the house are military, law enforcement, and medical personnel. All civilians that are not, okay, must stay indoors, and anyone that is not vital to the function of the country must stay indoors. Period. They have a woman in Italy, her husband died in the house, and last time I checked, his body was still in the house with her for a couple of days. They're not going to come to the body out. In Austria, who watches Survival of Lily? She fishes, she camps, she does some pepper bullshit. Yeah. Survival of Lily is in Austria. She lives in Austria. She was making a few videos herself, and she herself has masks, okay? She admitted in a video recently that Austria, the population has hoarded so many doctors' masks that doctors literally tell patients, we can't do surgery. The only surgery they're doing in Austria, according to Survival Lily, who lives in that country, the only surgery they're doing is surgery to save your life. They've postponed all the surgeries because not enough masks to go around. I'm seeing guys with masks at work. I'm seeing guys with masks walking the street, driving the car. Latex gloves. It's getting fucking creepy, man. It's getting creepy. Here's the issue. If you have a mask on, and I cough in your face, or sneeze in your face, you've got the virus. The mask is for the guy that is sick already, so he doesn't sneeze on you. The mask is for the medical guys that have to work with this shit all the time. That's what the mask is for. Okay? So you hogging all the masks is not going to make a difference. On top of that, buying 800 rolls of toilet paper is not going to solve a damn thing. On top of that, I saw a video of 3 women fist fighting over 1 roll of toilet paper. Okay? Yeah. The stock market. I have lost 20% of my wealth in the past week. The people are going out of their fucking minds. Ted Cruz went to CPAC and shook hands with a man who was diagnosed with the virus. He self-quarantined. He sent out a memo the other day. He hasn't had any symptoms. Most people that are healthy will survive the coronavirus if they get it. The flu is a million times worse. Donnie Mochiano was posting on Facebook today, yesterday rather. First of all, her son's birthday today. Happy birthday, Vincent. Speaking of the flu, Mochiano had the flu in 1998. She stayed up in her hotel room, pissing, shitting, and puking herself silly. The next day, she went out and won the individual all-around the Goodwill Games. And her harshest critics said it was her best performance ever. Mochiano says that all gymnastics events nationally are canceled. Like all these competitions to get ready for the Olympics, they're all canceled. Her own state has closed all schools for 3 weeks. You know how that's going to make up in the summertime? They got to sacrifice all of spring break. And after that, they still got to make up a week and a half to 2 weeks. Missing 3 consecutive weeks in the middle of the school year is very difficult. Now, when I was in high school, we used to have our dances and other actual activities canceled. Why? Are you familiar with the word West Nile virus? The West Nile virus was a disease in Westchester County carried by mosquitoes. They would tell us at home at night so they could drop poison from helicopters. Okay? The swine flu killed like 50 or 60 times as many Americans as this shit did. Is there a problem? Absolutely. But freaking out is making it worse. Okay? They're developing a vaccine. The president shut down flights to Europe a few hours ago, except for military, non-essential, and critical essentials. Okay? The odds of you getting the physician, okay? 400 million Americans, 37 died from coronavirus. To put that into perspective, there are more people that will die from falling down the stairs in the next hour. Okay? You're more likely to be killed by a legally owned machine gun. Okay? You're more likely to walk out of your house and have someone shooting tin cans and have a bullet flying in your head. Okay? You're more likely to hit the lottery 3 days in a row. Okay? The odds of you dying from this illness are very, 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 very rare. Very slim to none. Okay? You should get your flu shot. I got mine. Okay? Talk to your doctor about that, because that will boost your immune system and may very well prevent you from getting corona. If not, help you with corona if you get it, God forbid. Okay? People have lost their shit. Disneyland is closing for 3 weeks. Cruises are a problem. Because when you go on a cruise, you got guys from all over the world there. The workers too. Carnival cruises have workers from 60 or 70 nations. And that's cool because they all get along, even though their own countries are war with each other. But it's bad because if one of those guys comes from a country that has a high volume of illness, you're fucked. One cruise ship had 2 guys with the virus. They allowed the next week's cruise to go forward and more guys got sick. Okay? Now, I fucking breathe and exhaust for a living. Okay? And I was making jokes the other day. There was a van the other day, yesterday matter of fact. The van was fucking, I don't know, spewing shit or exhaust some shit. And I got a grandmother and granddaughter on the road covering their fucking mouths. And I'm laughing. I said, yeah, that's why I'm not afraid of the coronavirus. And then a guy walked by and said, hey, man. I said, yeah, how you doing? I said, see this shit I'm breathing in? I said, I'll fucking kill the virus. The virus ain't gonna kill me. Please. Okay? If you saw the shit we've been, I mean, I've been to it. I remember guys eating fucking paint chips. Okay, I've seen guys cut their bare skin on rusty wire and shit. Okay, what it's crazy. I mean, AIDS. Okay, kids fist fight. Okay, they've had parents in the 1980s that wanted schools to close because one or two kids had AIDS. They would. They would sue. Okay, and the schools basically said, listen, if a kid has AIDS, he has a right to be in public school too. So you got a kid with AIDS in public school, and obviously you gotta be careful. Okay, that kid can't be doing blood oaths. Okay, stuff like that. But you got kids going to school with one kid that has AIDS. AIDS is a lot more deadly than this. Okay, so at one point you have kids going to school with a kid that's got AIDS. And the best thing for those kids to do is be careful. Okay? Now, you have schools that the nearest confirmed corona case is 500 miles away. And the schools go down for a month. Now, why am I up so late on a Friday morning? I was in the road yesterday, and the mother said, no school tomorrow. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't say it like that, but you know what I mean. She handed me a superintendent's note saying it's closed. Okay. A couple of the parents going back and forth. Yep, we heard it too. I'm like, no one told me shit. I usually go on Thursday night, type a timesheet, printed out nice and neat, typed, and handed in headquarters on Friday morning. Now, because of this incident, last minute decision, even though I saw the note from the parent, I have to confirm with my boss to make sure that they don't want me going anywhere, or want me for special assignment, or anything I need to know. So I go to headquarters, go to the fiscal office, and I say, you know what? I'll fill out a timesheet by hand now. I'll just take the time, rather than go home, print one out, come in tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, please. And then I went to my boss's office, the commissioner. His secretary is on maternity leave. But he had a sub-secretary in there, and she didn't know fucking thing was going on. And I said, I just want to make sure I'm checking in. I did check up. I want to make sure that I don't have any special orders. I come in anyway, or go somewhere else. Okay? And I don't know what they're going to do. One of the teacher's aides who walks through the neighborhood was telling me they're going to have a meeting with staff tomorrow in school. I'm not school staff. I'm police staff. So I don't go. But the school staff are going to have a meeting today, Friday. And they're going to discuss what to do if we close the schools down. The nearest confirmed case of a coronavirus is in the Bronx somewhere, which is not that bad when you look at proximity. And they're, okay, I mean, it's crazy. And this is going to cost billions. And I mean, but my problem is I've seen diseases that are 5 billion times worse. The Ebola virus. I didn't see any schools close over Ebola. And Ebola was bad. I didn't see any schools close over swine flu. And swine flu killed more people than fucking cancer. So the panicking is terrifying to me. Because the panicking is worse. Okay, the panicking is dead ass worse. Because when you panic, you don't think. Guys were telling me yesterday, the supermarkets, Supermarket is sold out of everything. My uncle works at the animal shelter. The animal shelter is telling salaried personnel to come in and work. They're banning adoption of animals. They're banning volunteers and visitors. Only salaried employees can come in for the next 2 weeks. This is bad, my friends. This is very bad. Because the panicking is making this worse. Okay? Keep your head cool. Wash your hands all the time. Talk to your doctor about your flu shot. Don't go on any cruises for another couple of months. If you gotta cancel, fuck it. Don't go to Europe and don't go to Asia. But more importantly, keep yourself cool. I haven't been seeing this much of a panic since September 11th. Broadway is closed. Okay? My father went to Broadway. My mother and father, before I was born, Jesus Christ Superstar. My parents saw that on Broadway in the middle of a blizzard. They told my father, we never close. Show must go on. They actually went into the theater and walked out in the middle of a blizzard. So if Broadway theaters were open in the middle of a fucking blizzard, but they're closed now, that's a panic. Alright, so keep fucking cool. Because you'd rather be fucking insane. Thank you.